Hey guys, it's Paolo. So today I am talking with Danny Pintauro. Now, we all know him from being on Who's the Boss, which is one of my favorite shows of all time. But recently, he just sat down with Oprah Winfrey to reveal that he has been living with HIV for the past 12 years. Now, I honestly can't wait to have him in our studio because he is making a difference and becoming a beacon of light. See you there.
His life was changed and made new when an angel made his dream come true. And now he brings his dream to you. In a Spoonful.
Okay, let's start this.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, I just want to tell you honestly that, I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
Can't even tell you, watching you on Where They Now, what does it feel like for you inside? Does it feel like something like coming out that you've released it and you feel lighter? Like, what does it feel for you?
Totally no.
No?
No, in a really weird way. I think I keep sort of explaining it like this. Like, when you're a celebrity and you're promoting a movie or any of that, you can just talk about whatever and it's fine. But when you switch to being an activist, you have to sort of really gauge all of the words you use and the order of the words and sort of the message of the words and sort of, like with The View, for instance, you've got to sort of turn it back around and try to find a way to get them away from all of that awfulness.
Yes.
And it's really making me nervous a lot.
Really?
And part of it is because I did the Oprah interview in May. And so I've been sitting on it for all of that time. And I'm teaching myself how to do it, and I'm kind of coming up with my own version of how I want to tell the story, and I've sort of gone into it saying very much that I'm going to be as un-PC as possible, and I'm going to be brutally honest. And once the sort of major media dies away, it turns into sort of a community focus, and that focus is literally like, we need to get our shit together.
Yes,
version,
yeah, it's true.
You know?
Yeah, but because I know you tried to let Oprah know that you were HIV positive 6 years ago. You wanted to go on the Oprah show.
Yes.
That didn't happen.
Thank
I know
God.
your publicist reached out to you and saying, hey, look, they want to do an update on you.
Yeah.
So, but what was it inside that you felt, okay, 6 years later, you're ready for this?
It was easy. It was, I was finally making money and being happy. I had a wonderful husband. I was so much more mature and evolved internally.
Ooh, that's the key word, I think, evolve.
Yeah.
Totally.
And part of it also is just the fates. Like, this whole process, I swear to you, has been so, like, as if someone else is guiding the process, and you just have to listen to it, like, it's, as soon as I got that call, like the day that we got the call from Oprah was the same day that we heard that the bed and breakfast that we wanted to buy had fallen through.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You said that you taped this, it was back in May, that Where Are They Now, and it didn't air until the end of September. During those 4 or 5 months, did you think like, oh, I don't want this to get out? Or what were you thinking inside? Because you have those 4 or 5 months, you've done it, you know what happened.
Oh, there's that moment.
Yeah. Were you thinking, okay, I'm glad you couldn't wait? Were you excited or were you nervous?
I was terrified that like some random person was going to come out and start talking about it. But I had also learned by that point something that I didn't know all of these years, which is that because it's a medical condition, people can't just start talking about it without my permission or my consent. And I never knew
Was
that.
it none of the tabloids or any? Like,
no, it can't be.
I didn't know that either.
I could sue them if they released a medical condition without my consent.
Wow.
So they could certainly sort of whisper about it, but actually sort of coming out and saying it, even if it were some trick from years ago talking about it, they can't do it.
Wow.
But I didn't know that. So I've spent the last 12 years
hiding
going,
it, no one can talk about it.
Oh God, Yeah.
Wow.
So I was okay with that. But the thing, going back to your first question, the reason that I still feel a lot of stress is because I had decided how I wanted to do it myself. When it happened and some of the sort of HIV activists started talking about how I was kind of doing it wrong, I felt truly like I had ruined the whole thing. And that was really upsetting. It sort of threw me for a loop. But I've come to sort of a place where I realize that there's a lot of stuff going on when it comes to these things. And I'm taking all of it to heart. And I realize that it's not that it's such a fine line, but I had that moment where I truly felt like, oh God, I completely ruined this whole thing.
Because let me understand that. What was it that they said? Like, what exactly was it?
The part of it is that every interview I've done, they cut it to shreds. So
they edit to the where
So they edit out all of the knowledge that I've been giving people, And so it literally looks like I don't know what I'm talking about in a way. And then, The View throws me off guard. And so I start talking about our sex life. And I'm being honest. I'm not going to lie and say, oh, we've always been 100% safe. Because then I would get people saying, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean,
excuse my language. It's in your case. You just got bleep. It's good. Oh. No, it's online. Let's talk about that because I know a lot of people were upset. So you found the questions that Raven had asked you and Candace Cameron Bure, because one of her questions, Candace, was, do you take responsibility? And when she had asked you that, I kind of was like, whoa, it's like asking someone who had a heart attack, do you take responsibility for eating all those cheeseburgers or meat or something? I didn't, it didn't sit well with me. Did you know the questions they were going to ask you? Mm-hmm. But it's just the way it came. I think for us as the viewers, it's the way that she had said the question. Yeah. Both of them, even for Raven to ask your husband to say, excuse me, tell me if this is not personal, but did you guys have unprotected or protected sex?
She pretty much said,
I think all the moms and all, we're all like, what is that? We don't need to, what we want to know is, what can we do? Yeah. What can we do to help? What can we do to educate? What can we do to stop this? But I was just like, wow.
I knew it was coming. That was the thing. The part that I didn't know was coming is the part that threw us for a loop, is that was not what they were supposed to ask my husband. And you can't throw someone who's not been in front of the camera, who's not been in the spotlight.
He's sitting there supporting you in the audience.
Got this great answer prepared for the question they had for me, and then you throw that at him. That's the part that really made me mad. I knew that question was coming. And I had an answer, but he didn't. And so I thought that was a really low blow.
If Barbara Walters was there, she would not approve of this.
Yeah.
She would say, that's a question we don't have to ask.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for clearing that up. Do you feel like this is coming, was this another coming out for you when you're in Where Are They Now? Because I felt like you came out in 1997, and at the time, it was just you and Ellen DeGeneres, and I don't know how you did it, but you did it, Did this feel like coming out again?
Yeah, this one felt a lot better because it was on my own terms, first of all, obviously. I mean, back in 97.
It was the National Enquirer. They were going to write it.
Yeah.
You said, no, look, I want to be the one. I know Judith had helped you with that.
Yes, completely.
Yeah, let me be the one to write my story.
Yeah. But the problem with back then was that I was focused on getting through Stanford. I had no interest or ability to sort of be a beacon of light for anybody. And I had people contacting me, and I knew that I could be more, but I had only been out for about 6 months, so I was still trying to figure out what being gay meant to me. So I certainly can't help other people figure that out. And then I'm in the middle of trying to get through Stanford University, so that's enough. I can't, so this one is so much better for me and a much more, I am feeling release and I am feeling relief. But it's because it's like, this is the final one. There's nothing else. The best feeling is that I literally have no secrets from anyone. There's nothing left.
It's the best when you have no secrets. Weird. I mean, anyone who's struggling and you're hiding who you are. I mean, it happened to me. Until the people know who you really are, we wouldn't be able to do the show if I wasn't out with my family and friends. And it's just like something lifted that you could be who you
amazing.
are.
It's so
you feel free.
crazy.
The energy's great. Oh my God.
HIV is the new closet,
100%.
And so that same feeling, we have to get people to a place where they feel that uplifting and that release. Right now, coming out as HIV positive does not include that feeling for a lot of people, but we're going to work on getting there. So.
It's so... I can't believe I'm sitting here with you because I'm just thinking, Who's the Boss? Anybody knows who watches the show, they know Who's the Boss was my favorite show. They know it's my favorite show. And I remember you as a little boy, Jonathan Bauer. And I know we both have something so close in common as Judith Light. And I know how much you love her. And I mean, who doesn't love her? She's been a strong advocate for the LGBT community. I mean, and when she talks, I was just telling your publicist, it's like you just listen to her because everything she says, it's coming from her heart.
It's so true.
And I know that you said she was a big part of your life because you said that Judith Light was the most instrumental when you came out. How so was she?
Because I've got parents who are still trying to figure it out. I have nobody in my life who's gay. I've got a couple of people at Stanford who are trying to figure it out, but they're certainly not the kind of people I can go to for advice. And I already knew that she was 100% involved in the community at that point. And at that point, we were in the middle of the epidemic, or at the end of the epidemic, so it was like she was 100% in the middle of it. And on top of that, what a lot of people don't know about Judith is she's got these managers, Herb and Jonathan, and
she's been with them for over 30 years. Crazy,
And so I already have this, this healthy, strong gay couple that are part of her world, and so it's like, why else? Why would I go to anyone else?
Oh my gosh. She's been doing a lot of press lately because she's in a new Broadway show.
I can't wait to see
in
it.
a couple weeks. We're gonna go in November. It opens, and she's been really. People, of course, have been asking about you, and when she talks about you, you could just see the love in her for you. Has there been anyone who surprised you the most who has supported you since this whole announcement that really took you by surprise?
Hello, Alyssa.
Oh my God!
I mean, really.
She got us
Seriously.
crying on the talk when
My husband
the
was
co-host
in
had asked
tears.
her.
I did not expect that at all.
Is it because you guys didn't, didn't talk for a long time? And you know what's interesting? The other day, someone was telling me it's like any job, not just as an actor, but any job. Sometimes, like there's coworkers I don't even talk to. I would like to, but your life gets busy. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, it's what happened with you and Alyssa. Yeah. And then here you see her on the talk telling how much she loves you, crying.
Yeah.
I mean, I got the chills by watching her.
Part of it is a job, and part of it is that she was like teenager heartthrob. I was like this annoying younger brother. And,
you were like annoying. You were so cute.
Well, I mean,
you still are.
Behind the scenes slamming doors in my face. Go away, So it wasn't. I didn't feel compelled to want to keep in touch with her, and there was no animosity. It was just, she was the coworker. Yeah. But Tony and Judith were like parents for years and years after. So I did develop that familial relationship, but it just wasn't with her. But oh my gosh, she called me that morning. It was like 8 a.m, and I didn't answer the phone. And
why didn't you answer the phone?
I was out cold.
I know, it was a long day.
Like 4 days of craziness.
Press and everything, yeah.
And then to have that great message and then see the show, oh God, it was like,
wow,
so good.
Tell me
she's been wonderful since then. Like we've been texting, she's connected me with some great people.
Tell me this. Where do you think your character Jonathan Bauer is today? Like, do you think he's gay? Do you think, because last time we saw him, I think he was going to college. I think from the last episode, I think he was going to college or something. Yeah. So where do you think if you guys do have a reunion one day, where would you want to see him?
That's a really good question. We've all said that we would only do a reunion if the script were really good. If we could all show off our acting chops. There's no point in doing a reunion if it's just going to be one of those cheesy things. So on one hand, it might be really interesting to sort of see the downfall of Jonathan Bauer, and it could reflect on my life. I can't imagine he wouldn't be gay. I mean, everybody knew he was gay then. I want him to be gay. Everybody knew he was gay then, even though I didn't. And so, I think people would be like really upset if he weren't gay now. Like,
they'll be Facebooking you, tweeting you.
Oh my gosh.
How dare you?
So that for sure.
Yeah.
Ideally, because I never really got a lot of screen time or I never really got the cool storylines. Ideally, I'd like him to be successful and working hard and happily married to a man, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't know if that's very realistic.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what's so fascinating about all this? Because if you're a Who's the Boss fan, you know this. And the theme song of Who's the Boss for all those 8 seasons, if you listen to the words, I mean, literally, here are the words to the theme song. Because for me, it reminded me of you, like your journey that you've been on. So here are the words. There's a time for love and a time for living. You take a chance and face the wind. An open road and a road that's hidden, a brand new life around the bend. There were times I lost a dream or two, found the trail, at the end was you. There's a path you take and a path not taken. The choice is up to you, my friend. Nights are long, but you might awaken to a brand new life, a brand new life, a brand new life around the bend. It's so...
I've never actually did that, and it's amazing. I think every single one of us could look at that and show that path and those dreams and the cast members, I mean.
Yeah, of course.
But it particularly mimics my life in a
so
lot of ways.
We decided Patrick worked on this. We decided, why not put the lyrics in a frame for you?
Are you kidding me?
So, because I'm like, you really are a beacon of light.
Yeah. Oh.
And so we thought, Patrick, this was his idea. It's like, let's do this, and you can hang this somewhere.
That's amazing.
That is for you. So
there's this great Enya song that kind of talks about the roads and the paths, and I kept playing it for my parents when I first came out. Like, this is what I've been going through.
Wow.
But all along, I should have actually been playing the theme song. Who's the Boss? Oh my God, my parents would die. Could you imagine, Mom, Dad? Look, here's where I'm at in my life. Let me just play you the theme song to the
She'll
show.
be like, "Oh,
It'll say
nice."
everything.
It sums up my whole life. Indeed, it does.
It's really crazy.
It really does.
That's
so,
awesome.
Just a little reminder, because
Oh.
you are a beacon of light. You really are, and I know you said that to Oprah, and you've been stressing on social media. so proud of you, because
Thank you.
you're helping, you're educating, you're saving so many lives. So
Trying.
continue doing that. Really.
Thank you.
And you look fabulous. You
Oh,
you look great.
thanks.
So okay. So I just want to say thank you so much for being
course,
here,
of course.
and you're amazing. And thank you all for watching, and we'll see you
Yay.
next time in a Spoonful of Paolo. Dream big.
Spoonful of Paolo.
I love you, Oprah. Bye, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Thank you.